All right, everybody, I am joined today by my friend, Mr. McMole2. Definitely go check him out on his channel. But today, we're going to be talking about Scarlet Witch, Darkhold, some potential tech rumors, and some nightmare fuel to get you through the rest of your weekend. Let's start with the fun stuff, though. We're going to be talking about Scarlet Witch, where we think she could be placed, and then we'll touch on the Darkhold as well. So, just your thoughts on this Scarlet Witch rework.
The stat boost is gonna be nice. The damage boost is really good. She's like a little bit above average in terms of damage as it is right now. So another 20% or 19% damage boost on her, and all of her damage is piercing too. So the damage boost is gonna be very, very good there. The weird thing for her, at least in my opinion, I know a lot of people have talked about that, is the fact that her passive is not getting updated at all, according to the notes. There's no real Darkhold synergy in her kit anywhere, but yeah, like I'm convinced that passive they forgot the notes for the passive, or they just decided it was good enough. I don't know which one's more terrifying for me.
Yeah, I kind of wish that if it was the latter, that they would just throw in like no changes, so that we'd know. Because if there's no change to the passive, they're basically screaming at us, Scarlet Witch isn't going to be on your arena team.
Yeah, like her passive right now, fully upgraded, 50% chance to spread a negative effect from a random enemy.
Yeah.
And that's it. That's all. It won't spread stun. That's all her passive does. Like there's no stat boost. There's nothing for the Darkhold team. You go and look at the other passives for the rest of the Darkhold team. They're like miniature novels, and like how much stuff is in those passives.
Oh yeah.
And then you just have her passive here. But I mean, it's not all bad. I really, really like the potential for her as the fifth for some different teams, which I know we're going to talk about. But as it is, like her kit got a little bit better, and I think it's going to be fun to see what people do with experimentation with her.
Yeah, just this ability right here, the ultimate. We were talking about this earlier. The prolonging of effects. It can prolong trauma. It can prolong everything. It's not limited to blinds and to ability blocks like a lot of the newer characters are. And also this new applied defense down to all enemies, unavoidable, not locked behind arena, not locked behind Darkhold, does give her some life. But we were also saying earlier, like, she's such an iconic character. She deserved so much more than just like a shout at like, oh, she's getting a little love. It's like, not really though.
Yeah, and also too that special, heal self for 100% of his characters, max health, redistribute the squad health evenly, and then deflect and defense up to all allies. Like it's not a particular team, so that like she can use either her special or her ultimate first turn as it is right now. Maybe they'll change his energy cost later on. They didn't say anything here, but you get to choose which one you want to use. So like if your team's a little bit on the ropes on her first turn, use the special, they heal back up, they get deflect and defense up. Or if you really want to kind of drive it home on the enemy team, use that ultimate that first turn. Prolong the negative effects, get defense down on them, and do some solid damage along the way. And then that basic too. That basic is nuts.
Yeah, the basic's really fun, and I'm curious to see about how it interacts with ISO attack. And it says when you're not full energy. So when you use the ultimate, if she does an ISO attack, is that considered not full energy? I want to see how that plays out. But we were talking earlier about how the deflex and defense up, it's kind of overkill on the Darkhold team.
Yeah.
Like Wong gives them defense up on spawn. They're getting deflex from I think Wong, Strange, and Agatha, so they're going to be just full of deflex. So this is kind of wasted on them. And as far as the extending of abilities go, or debuffs go, I think that's very valuable in the Darkhold team, but there's other characters that can do that and then do more damage than a Scarlet Witch does at the same time. So I agree with you. I think her abilities, they do have potential to go elsewhere. Yeah. Who do you like them with? Or who do you like her with?
I'm gonna like them with Dark Hunters. Dark Hunters I think is gonna be really, really good. The fact that she can extend the trauma and heal block and then apply defense down to the enemy characters. She's going to move after... Well, no, she gets a 5% speed boost. So will that put her faster than Elsa?
Ooh, well, Elsa was
114, and Scarlet Witch is 107, I think.
Let's do it right now. Calculator.
I think that would make her one faster than Elsa or tied.
107 times 1. You said 5%?
Yeah.
112.35, so still not quite fast enough.
Almost.
Yeah.
Okay.
Almost.
That would have been really cool.
Would have been really cool. And
yeah,
to your point,
still,
she gets a lot of synergy with Ghost Rider.
Yep. Yeah, she's gonna get the speed bar boost because she's supernatural. So she'll move pretty quickly with the team. She gets that bonus max health. Yep. She gets the bonus focus as well,
which she needs.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah, I mean she's getting a small boost to focus, but more is always good. And I mean she's already getting a 50% health boost from her rework here as it is, but another 40% on top of that with Ghost Rider, perfect. Yeah. Dark Hunter is an easy choice for this. I'm kind of like going through, looking at some of these different teams and thinking about where else like she could work really, really well. And like Dark Hunter is the one that's always kind of like sticking in my mind. Really, I'm not quite sure beyond that. One thing that could be fun is possibly X Factor, where, because then you have two different characters applying defense down with that team. And she can also extend it if you use Shatterstar first to apply defense down. She can then extend, but then you kind of get repetitive with her applying defense down. But throw Raider on her, get up that crit chance a little bit, and you also get a nice little heal as well with the team too. That defense up and deflect. It would be interesting to see how that works.
Yeah,
with X Factor too.
I'm not mad at that idea at all. In a video we just did on your channel, we were talking about some of the shortcomings that Dark Hunters have. And one of them was the fifth member. We were talking about how Namor can get crunched out, Foul can get crunched out, Mordo can get crunched out, all on this 20% chance that Misty puts the defense down and then Colleen follows up. Do you think Scarlet Witch, with her buffs and her synergy with Ghost Rider, would be immune to that chance?
I would say yes, maybe. I mean, she's getting all the buffs with the Mystic stuff, so like the two we're trying right now, Namor and Falcon, don't really get those buffs with Mystic. They don't get the max health boost. They don't get the immunity from Dr. Voodoo. I think I've got to look at it. I'm trying to remember everything off the top of my head now. But Ghost Rider brings most of the buffs for Mystic there.
I can pull it up.
Let's see, Elsa. I believe Elsa also. Elsa also gets that supernatural buff there, so she gets more accuracy. She gives 10% crit chance to Scarlet Witch.
Oh yeah.
And then Morbius. I'm trying to think if there's anything with Morbius. I'm looking at his passive right now. No, nothing there with Morbius. But Voodoo, Ghost Rider, and Elsa will all get things there. And I mean, she's part of the supernatural team, and Elsa and Ghost Rider are already part of that too. So use those. And then I do kind of want to see what we could work out with like Mordo, Strange, and maybe Scarlet Witch, and like throw two other Mystic characters in. Also try with New Warriors. I don't know why I didn't think of this earlier. New Warriors, you get that ultimate from Cloak that first turn,
and
then Scarlet Witch just prolongs everything.
Yep, and then you throw Deathpool in there to spread it out even more.
Yeah. I don't know why I don't know why that didn't jump out to me as I was thinking of at the beginning. But yeah, no, her and New Warriors would be absolutely disgusting. Just prolonging prolonging blinds. Like, come on.
Yeah, that's always a death sentence. You can throw Surfer in there too. New Warriors with Surfer, Deathpool, and then Scarlet Witch. That would just be deadly.
Yeah, that would be absolutely disgusting. So yeah, no, it doesn't look like she's gonna be strong, like a really strong addition for the Darkhold team, but her plug and play potential with a lot of different Mystic teams is gonna be very high with this rework, I think.
That's a good point. Now let's go on to our next topic, which is the Darkhold team. And if we are talking about getting rid of Scarlet Witch off that team, which we are for the arena, it doesn't seem like she adds much, with the deflex and defense up from her special kind of being redundant. Her ultimate, it doesn't seem as impactful with the Darkhold as it does with other teams. And her passive apparently being overlooked, very sad. It doesn't bring much to the team, whereas there's other characters that do. I mean,
Yeah.
there's so much that's going on in this team that we can't really get into it in this video without it becoming an hour-long video. But
Yeah.
let's assume people have a vague idea of what's going on with this team. Who do you think is going to be the best, and if not the best, just good fifths to go with them? And I guess we should really be looking at Morgan's passive when we start this conversation.
Yeah, I mean, if you're one of like the 100 people out there who have him, Dormammu looks like he's gonna be really good with this.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, but not a lot of people have Dormammu, so I don't really wanna focus on him too much. One character I think could be really, really interesting, especially if you go into mirror matches, would be Baron Mordo, or just Mordo.
Yeah.
Because every time you're defeating a mystic enemy, he's giving himself ability energy, and his special is on a very short cooldown. So, as you start killing them, he's going to get that special up, and that applies blind to the enemy team. That applies stun to the primary target. So, like, that Mordo rework was also, kind of like buffing him up for Dark Hunters, but maybe
he's not limited.
Because, everything, it was not limited, just like Scarlet Witch. It's not limited to the Darkhold team. Mordo is not limited to Dark Hunters. So, Mordo can put out a lot of stun and blind, because every time you're defeating mystic enemies, he's giving himself ability energy, and short cooldown on that special. Yeah, I think he's a sneaky option for fifth. Dormammu, we already talked about.
What about non-mystic characters? Because there is a point in Morgan's kit right here, the fill speed bar by 5% per mystic enemy. So in your mirror matches, to get a speed advantage, you'll actually have to take 2 mystic characters off. So Scarlet Witch would be one, and then you'd have to probably decide between Wong and Doctor Strange Heartless for another one. So, without knowing too much, because we don't know their speeds, we don't know how it's going to play live, just random speculation. Don't believe too much into this, guys. We're just talking about how to manipulate speed. Yeah. Any non-mystic characters you think would fit really well with what Morgan and with what Agatha are bringing to the team?
Zemo's an easy choice on that one, too.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I mean, he's still incredibly fast, and he's a non-mystic choice, and the enemy team does get Safeguard, but as far as I can tell, there is nothing in here about giving them immunity.
On spawn, yeah.
Yeah, there's nothing about on-spawn immunity. So, Zemo goes fast, and he can put ability block on someone pretty quickly out the gate. Yeah. Which, we don't... I mean, Morgan's probably going to be a good idea for that one, because her ultimate hits really, really hard and does a lot of nasty stuff, like trauma, ability block, flipping positives and negative effects, reducing speed bar, etc. So, you probably... Zemo is probably going to be part of your, mirror matches, using him to ability block Morgan on that first turn, so her ultimate doesn't really do much. And I know that's not original, but, I mean, that's just the power of Zemo. Incredibly fast, turn 1 ability block. It's hard to get past that.
Yeah, I mean, speed has been king for this game for a very long time. I guess the only thing that might stop that is what Agatha does, right? When characters drop, she clears Disrupted, flips 2 negative effects into positive effects, so she can flip that ability block, applies defense, applies stealth. So she is kind of like a safety cushion if you're trying to instantly nuke somebody. But to your point, it lets you set up. So it lets you set up your team and then really drain the speed meter. Another thing I was thinking about was finding a way to cheese it so that you get to use this ability right here, turn 1.
Star-Lord?
Star-Lord, yep.
Star-Lord.
Star-Lord.
Star-Lord. Yeah, that or Falcon, too.
Yeah.
Because the enemy Darkhold team gets a lot of positive effects on spawn.
Yep.
So, bring in Falcon, make sure he survives, but then, they all get, defense up, they get deflex, etc.
Yeah,
and
everywhere.
Falcon, because they have so many positive effects, Falcon's just going to drive up the speed bar on your team. And really, it's going to be, especially mirror matches, it's going to be who gets to the special on Morgan first.
Yeah, because her special is just devastating. Reduces everyone's speed by 100%, and then she gives speed up to her team, and I thought there was a slow at some point.
Speed up and immunity to self and all Darkhold allies.
Yeah.
And deals 10% of her character's max health damage to all enemies, and heals herself. Clears all positive effects from all enemies, and clears all negative effects from herself.
Yeah, I mean, the second you have 2 speed ups, you're getting 2 turns before they get 1, which is insane. It's huge.
Yeah, it's really the mirror match is going to come down to who gets that special on Morgan first. So, whatever you can do to make sure that happens, like speed down with Zemo, the ability block, the speeding up with Falcon on your team. It's going to be interesting to see what people do with mirror matches with this, because I think it's going to be a bit of a cluster, to be honest.
It is, but for players like me and you, we love to do theory crafting. It's really fun. Especially since we might get access to playtests, so we could do things without without super cost to our IRL wallets, and then we can give you guys some great information. So Scopely, if you're listening to this, make sure you give me and Mole some playtest access.
Please do not have this, like, because we couldn't playtest the Dark Hunters because the patch broke everything.
Yeah.
So yeah, we didn't get to playtest until like after the Cosmic Crucible, and that team was like, "Hey, you guys wanna play with Dark Hunters?" We're like,
I guess.
Sure.
Yeah. All right, so I think that's a good roundabout. We talked about Scarlet Witch, justice for Scarlet Witch. We need to put her with Dark Hunters to increase her value. There's that new Warriors play, really cool, and it doesn't look like she's going to add too much to the Darkhold team. So we're thinking we need some speed to make sure we're winning these mirror matchups. Obviously, it sounds like Dormammu would be a great fit here with that extra trauma that he throws out. Maybe some energy battery. So lots to think about on this team, lots to play around with, and lots for us to share with you guys later.
Yeah.
Let's talk about something that I was shared with. Insider knowledge. So a tech team, not next patch, because it's obviously Darkhold, plus a mystery fifth that nobody knows about yet. And the patch after that, finally, our prayers will be answered. How ready are you for a tech team?
I'm ready. I've been ready for like half a year at this point.
Yeah, I feel that too. So let's just get into it here. We have rumored Hulkbuster, Deathlock, Ironheart, and Vivian. Now, out of these characters, is anybody you don't know?
Deathlock, I'm not real familiar with.
Yeah.
Vivian, like, I know that's one of the kids of Vision, but yeah, Deathlock was. I think Deathlock may have been in the previous rumor for this team as well.
Yeah, I think he was too. Did you watch Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.?
Yeah. Oh, that's why the name sounds so familiar. Yeah. As soon as you said Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., I was like, oh yeah, okay, yeah, Deathlock. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, that I am familiar with.
And I think I could be wrong. I think I saw him in X-Men animated series as a kid, but that could have easily been Cable, and I'm just mixing up metal arms and legs.
You're probably. I know Cable was, or no, Bishop. You're thinking Bishop.
Maybe Bishop, but he doesn't have the metal arms and legs.
Yeah, that's true.
He has the super crazy hair. But
it's been a long time since I've watched that show.
Yeah, I can't wait for the reboot on Disney Plus. It's gonna be dope. Okay, but what do you think about this team, and who do you think would be the proper fifth? Because in my mind, Iron Man doesn't work on this team if there's also a Hulkbuster, because there's different names. I guess they can be piloted by different people, but it's 2 Iron Man suits.
Yeah, it's like the thing was that, like, it would be an empowered Iron Man, and that he would get the Hulkbuster suit, which would be awesome. I'm very much afraid that they're just gonna sell us a whole team of like 5 new characters because they know we'll pay for it.
Oh yeah.
Like, they created the problem, and now they're gonna sell us the solution. So I'm fully expecting 5 characters we've never heard of, or 5 characters we don't have in game. They're gonna be part of this team. Call me cynical.
Well, you know, but I actually know of a Marvel team that has at least 4 members in it already.
Talking about Power Armor.
No. I'm talking about the Vision family.
God, no.
This is Vin.
Get that off screen.
One of the sons of Vision. And
not looking at it.
There is another option. The full Vision family.
That's
Vision,
so horrifying.
his wife, and the 2 kids. Wouldn't you guys love to play with Attack on Titans in your tech grade?
I would have to like burn my phone because it would be cursed.
No.
If those character models show up in game, no way.
But this version of Vivian's
sir.
nice. This version of Vivian right here is nice.
Is that looks like some kid you'd find in a horror movie? Like, what was that? What was that movie a few years ago? It's like The Hole or something, and it's about like these like shapeshifter, like these changelings.
Oh, I don't watch horror movies.
That's exactly what those changelings look like. Is that kid?
Yeah, I'm too scared. I would literally have to not play the team because I just wouldn't be able to focus. But anyway, guys, that's a video from me, McMole. Make sure you go and check out McMole's video and his channel. Make sure you subscribe and like to all his stuff, because he is a great theory crafter, great for the community, and just a great guy. So make sure you go and check him out. Anything you'd like to say, Mr. McMole?
No. Besides, you know, kill it with fire, I've got nothing else to add at this point.
Kill it with fire, guys. Alright, if you like this video, please like, share, subscribe, and as always, stay happy, healthy, have fun, and we'll see you next time. Bye, guys.